I'm Antonio from Parsonsfield, and I'm going to show you how to unleash the paper hummingbird that comes with our new record, Happy Hour on the Floor. While recording this thing, we shared a big backyard, not just with our wonderful friends who let us record in their barn, but also with the family of beautiful hummingbirds. Hanging out with these guys became kind of a symbolic memory of making this record. To share that with you, we included one inside every copy. Some assembly required, so let's get started. You'll need a hard, flat surface and a copy of the album. Inside, you'll find a piece of paper with lyrics on one side and this colorful thing on the other. If you have the CD, you want to remove the top gray part of the paper along the crease so you're left with a square. If you have the vinyl, the paper's already square so you can skip this step. I'm going to cut it by folding the crease back and forth a few times and then carefully tearing it against the table. You could also cut along the crease with scissors, just don't run with them. Now that you got a square, we can start folding. Start by taking the lower right corner and bringing it up to touch the upper left corner. Then flatten it and give it a good crease. Then unfold it and do the same thing with the lower left corner, bringing it up to meet the upper right. Give it a crease and unfold it. Now flip the paper over so the lyrics are showing. Take the bottom edge and bring it up to meet the top edge. Flatten and crease it, then unfold it. Then take the right edge and bring it over to meet the left edge. Flatten it and crease it. Then unfold it again. Flip the paper over and rotate it so the blue corner is pointing towards you. And here it starts to get interesting. You want to grab the corners on the left and right and push inward like you're making a little tent. The point at the center should be popping up. If it's popping down, just push the center up from underneath. When you have the center popping up, gather the corners inward so it looks like an X from above, like this. Then grab one side of the X with each of your hands and flatten it into a horizontal line, like this. Lay it back on the table and you should have a smaller square with the blue corner still facing you. And flatten it out a bit to crease the folds. Now take this lower right edge, but only the top layer, and fold it up to meet the vertical crease in the center. Then we'll do the same thing on the other side. Take this lower left edge and fold it up to meet the center line. Give them both a nice crease. Now we have these two kind of flaps that you can open up on the sides. So what we'll do is take the bottom corner, the blue part, pull it up a little, and pop the right flap inside out so it flips inside, like that. Then we'll do the same thing on the left, just lift up the bottom corner and pop the left flap inside. Now flip it over and we'll do the same thing again. Fold the bottom right edge up to meet the center crease. And same thing on the left. Unfold them. Pull the bottom corner up and pop the right flap in, and then the same thing on the left. Now flip it over so you should be looking at a kite shape with the blue pointy part pointing towards you. Take the blue point at the bottom, fold it up, and give it a good crease, like this. At this point, you should have a trippy diamond with a pair of eyes looking back at you. Now flip it over and fold it down the middle, like this. Give it a crease. Now, if you look inside the fold you just made, you can see where this white part comes to a point. We're going to take the tip of the blue part and flip it inside out and down, so that it hinges from the point of the white part. Fold it to right about there, and give it a crease. At this point, it's starting to look like a deformed toucan or something, so we're making progress. Now, hold it vertically so you're looking down on top of it, and open up the fold you just made, so you can see a blue kite shape. Take one of the longer edges and fold it in to meet the center line. Then flip it around and do the same thing with the other long edge. Fold it in to meet the center line. Like that. Then fold them both back up, and our bird has a beak. And the last thing to do is give it wings. So take the tip of one wing and fold it up, kind of like that. Flip it over, take the tip of the other wing and fold it up the same way, kind of like that. And I think we have a hummingbird. If you make one of these, then please post a picture, use the hashtag #HappyHourHummingbird, mention Parsons Field so we get a notification, and looking through all your hummingbird pictures will be a fun quarantine activity for us. The art for this thing was done in watercolor by our dear friend Corey Payne. You can see more of his work in the description below. If you don't have our new album yet, you can get that in the description as well. We're going to be posting lots more stuff you can do and listen to during quarantine, so keep an eye out for that. Please support artists if you can right now. Stay healthy and stay happy.